What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the review, Sunday football review. And I must say, guys, we were treated to two absolute special games, man. Two fantastic games of football. Awesome rugby league. What a great Sunday it was, man. Really enjoyed the quality of rugby league this afternoon. Um, wow. Wow. There's so much you can say about it. It was incredible, man. The Raiders came back from 28-10 down at halftime to beat the Dolphins 40-28. An unbelievable second half from the Raiders. And the Tigers and Sharks game, this game was quite something as well. After the Tigers led 18-6, got back to 18-all. What a game. The Tigers winning in Golden Point via a penalty goal because of Tom Hazelton trying to strip the ball. But if you're new around here, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate you all for tuning in, as always. I want to acknowledge the live chat. Hello to SS Storm Fan. Hello to Jason Reader. Hello to Blake, Rishi. Bosky is here. Hello to George Alam. Hello to Darren. Tom Mitchell is in the live chat. Hello, Tom. Will, Melbourne Storm fan. And everyone else that is watching. I hope you are all doing fantastic. Appreciate you all for tuning in, as always. We might as well get straight into it, and we're going to start with the earlier game, which was the Raiders 40 over the Dolphins 28. This was an absolute cracker of a game. I really enjoyed this contest, man. 7 tries to 5, so there was 12 tries scored in this game. The Dolphins' first half was like what they did against Melbourne in the second half last week. It was crazy. The amount of football they were playing, the tries they were scoring they were outstanding, guys. It was absolutely outstanding. And I thought the Dolphins were going to really run away with this game, but they led 28-10 and they just let the bloody Raiders right back in, and the Raiders went berserk. They just destroyed them in that second half. So the try scores from this game. For the Raiders, you had Tamale, K.O. Weeks, Zach Hosking, Ethan Strange, Matty Nicholson, Sebastian Chris, and Jamal Fogarty. And for the Dolphins, tries to the Hammer, Herbie Farmworth, Daniel Saifiti, Jermaine Asako, and Jake Avarillo. It was a weird old game. Like, the Dolphins were leading 28-10. They looked like they were home. The Raiders fought their way back in the second half. Got it back to 28-all. And then there was a kick, and I think it might have been knocked on from, I think it was Asako or Avarillo. And then it was picked up by Sebastian Chris. He ended up picking the ball up and scoring. That put the Raiders in front. And then I think they missed the conversion, so it was 32-28. And then the Dolphins, they were trying to defend their goal line, and the Raiders had a couple of repeat sets, and then Jamal Fogarty ended up going through to score, and the Raiders were up 38-28, and then Dolphins kicked off out in the full, and then Fogarty went for a penalty goal on full time from halfway, which made it a 40-28 result. It was just an incredible game of football. Like, obviously, defensively, both teams will be disappointed, and I think that's a key area both sides have to fix up if they're going to be taken seriously this year. But it was just a really entertaining game, very high scoring. Really enjoyed the contest between the Raiders and the Dolphins. Just a quality game of rugby league. Now, there were a couple of, obviously there was one sin bin, which I didn't agree with, but that's just how it is at the moment. There's a lot of sin bins that I don't agree with, and it's a bit frustrating with the inconsistency with the sin bins and the direct contact to the head with moderate force. There's mitigation, the way they go on about it. It's just some of the tackles make you laugh. Honestly, it's ridiculous. And if you listen to Andrew Johns' rant this morning on Channel 9 on the Sunday Footy Show, the NRL should seriously listen to it and do something, man, because somebody is going to get robbed hard in a game with these sin bins very soon. It's bound to happen. Like, it's going to happen very, very soon. It's going to happen. The standout players, though, from this contest between the Raiders and the Dolphins, I mean, Tom Gilbert for the Dolphins had 56 tackles. Starling had 46 for the Raiders. Hudson Young, 197 run meters. Not bad. Obviously, Hudson Young didn't score a try today, but he was outstanding. Averillo had 158 meters for the Dolphins. Now, the standout players, I thought KO Weeks with Canberra was outstanding. I thought Matt Timoko was great, as he always is. I thought Ethan Strange and Jamal Fogarty gelled. I thought they worked well together as a halves pairing. Horsburgh and Tarpanay were outstanding, as they always are. Even the back row, man. Hudson Young, Matty Nicholson, both of them were fantastic. Josh Papali off the bench, along with Ati Mariota and Zach Hosking, man, they were very good, man. They were very good. And for the Dolphins, I thought Hobie Farmworth was great for the Dolphins. I thought Sarko had a good game. I thought Isaiah Katoa tried really hard. He played really well. I thought Daniel Saifidi, obviously, I think he went for a HIA, and I don't think he came back, but Saifidi had a strong game. Cooley, Finifuliaki had some good runs. Tom Gilbert was great. I thought off the bench, so I thought Connolly Lemu was outstanding. Thought he played really well, but in the end, the Raiders got the win, and they move on to next week, where they are set for a blockbuster clash with the Melbourne Storm. That could be the game of the round. I'm not saying it will be, but when you look at the Magic Round fixture for next week, that Raiders and Storm game is going to be in the top 3 must-see games. That's going to be a cracker. Looking forward to that one next week. But well done to the Raiders. Great win for them. Great comeback as well. To be down 28-10, for them to come back and win like that was absolutely outstanding. So well done to the Raiders. My player of the game for the Raiders-Dolphins game, though, it's a tough one, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of them you could probably pick. But you know what? I'm actually going to go with the fullback. I'm going to get KO Weeks. I was really impressed with KO Weeks. Thought that was his best game in quite a while. So KO Weeks is my player of the game. Now on to the other game that just finished. Tigers 20, Sharks 18. This game went to golden point extra time, and it was Adam Dewey who kicked the penalty goal to win the game on the back of a Tom Hazelton attempt to strip the ball, which led to a penalty. Adam Dewey kicked the goal from about 28, 29 meters out, and he pretty much won the game for the West Tigers. But this game was, I thought it was a bit sloppy in the first half, but it really, the game in the second half, the quality picked up. And the one thing that I want to say as well is the Fanua Pole sin bin in the 64th minute. Are you serious? Now, I've seen some sin bins this weekend that I don't agree with, and I've seen some ones over the years that have been pretty embarrassing. But this Fanua Pole sin bin was one of the worst sin bins I have ever seen. Now, I'm not even overreacting. You go back and watch that tackle from Fanua Pole. It is not even that bad. It's arguably not even a penalty. Probably the worst sin bin I have seen in a while. That was quite embarrassing, to be honest. The Britt Nakora one, I guess that one was fair enough. Again, not a whole lot in the Nakora one, but if you're going to be consistent with it, then I guess it is a sin bin. But that Vanilla Pole one made me want to turn the TV off and walk out. It was that bad. It was that bad. Seriously. Can't believe that was a sin bin. That was ridiculous. I'm glad it didn't cost the Tigers the game. It almost did, to be honest. Tries in this game, obviously, Samuel, I can't even fucking pronounce his name. Samuel, I give up. Sam Faunu, he got the first try of the game. Taruva got one for the Tigers, and Talon De Silva got one for the West Tigers. And for the Sharks, tries to Ronaldo Mulatalo, Will Kennedy, and Billy Bones. So a couple of try scorers there. Look, the Tigers started this game really well, obviously leading 12-0 early. They were looking really good, the Tigers, and they were dominating the entire contest. They really were. But that Ronaldo Mulatalo try, pretty much on half-time, was outstanding. That was a really good try from Ronaldo, and it came at a really important time for the Sharks. For them to go in at half-time down 12-6 was probably a positive considering how the game was going. But then the second half began, and then obviously De Silva scored off that kick with the lucky bounce. 18-6 Tigers. They were looking good, the Tigers, and then it actually looked like they were going to run away with it at one point, and then Will Kennedy scored an outstanding try, which got it back to 18-12. And then Billy Burns crashed over with a nice try as well. Got it back to 18-all. And look, I don't want to be too critical of Nicho Hynes, and I don't want to bag him out too much here, but you pay him all this money, and in the last 10 minutes, before Golden Point even happened, Cronulla had so many opportunities to take an early field goal to win the game, or at least get in front and defend the lead. He didn't do it. He absolutely went missing when the game was on the line. Trindle had one shot at field goal, which was very close to going in, but he just missed it. But what's going on with Nicho Hynes? Like, I understand his form hasn't been, what we're used to seeing from Nicho, but my goodness. Last 10 minutes of that game, Cronulla had a lot of opportunities. They were in great field goal territory, great field goal positions, and he absolutely failed to win the game. He did go for one field goal, which was charged down by the Tigers, and, whatever. But Nicho Hynes is going to play smarter rugby league if he's going to be taken seriously as a great halfback in this competition. Like, he won the Dally M a couple of years ago. He's played Origin. I know he hasn't done great in Origin, but he's played Origin. He's played finals. He was in a prelim last year. He was literally in a prelim last year. He's played in the grand final for the Storm. So there's no excuses. Nicho Hynes is a quality player, and he needs to take control of the game when it's on the line, and he didn't do that this afternoon. I'm not blaming him for the loss, but he's got to be a lot better, because here's the thing. The psychological advantage that you have if you are leading by one with about 7 or 6 minutes to go, it fucks with the other team. The Tigers would have been under so much pressure, and they would have been in panic mode if Nicho Hynes kicks a field goal and they go in front. The game's much different. Nicho Hynes kicks an early field goal with 7-8 minutes to go. Sharks go up by one. The Tigers have got that psychological thing in their mind where, okay, we need to get a field goal to level up. We need to go for a try to win the game. Unbelievable. But you know what? Credit to the Tigers. They defended their ass off. They held them out. And their kick pressure and everything else was great. And there was a try-saving tackle before Golden Point on, I believe it was Daniel Atkinson. I think it might have been Taruva that made the tackle where he lost the ball. That was a huge moment of the game. Also, I think Hazelton as well was very close to scoring, but he was just short. I think there was an ankle tap on him as well. So some big desperation stuff from the Tigers, which pretty much won them the game in the end. So very, very good stuff from the Tigers, and I think Benji Marshall will be over the moon with that. But let's go to the players who I thought played well. So we'll go to, actually, you know what? We'll start with the Tigers, the team that won the game. Thought Dream Buller at fullback was outstanding, guys. Thought he was great. I thought Brent Naden and Adam Dewey were very good for the Tigers. Galvin and Luai are very good. I thought Lachlan Galvin's kicking game was a little bit off, but I thought his running game and everything else was really strong. Luai was good as always. Terrell May, guys. I think we're going to start talking about Terrell May for Origin. Maybe even starting for New South Wales with Payne Haas. Terrell May, outstanding this afternoon. 216 run meters. Played 85 minutes, played huge minutes. Terrell May was outstanding. I thought Samuel Faunu was outstanding in the back row. I thought Twal did a great job in the middle. I thought Royce Hunt off the bench was great. Also, I thought Jack Bird did a very good job off the bench, along with Talenda Silva. And Sione Faunu, I thought he also played pretty well. For the Sharks, guys, Will Kennedy. Will Kennedy could not have done more this afternoon. Kennedy was outstanding for the Sharks. I thought Ronaldo and Mulatalo was great. I thought Hines, okay, as a performance, I thought Hines was all right, but to win the game and everything, game management, definitely didn't take control when needed. Fennell Blake, also outstanding, 215 meters from Fennell Blake in 64 minutes. I thought Oregon Kafusi and Cam McInnes did a great job. Billy Burns was very good in the back row. McInnes, solid as always. I also thought Talakai off the bench did a very good job for the Sharks as well. But, yeah, a great game of footy. Really enjoyed it. Tigers win the game in Golden Point. And that'll give them a lot of confidence going forward. I think they're 4-4 now, the Tigers. They got the Dragons at Magic Round next week, which will be an interesting game Saturday night. So, yeah, good start from the Tigers. My player of the game, I'll tell you what, I think Terrell May. I'll give Terrell May the player of the match, but gee whiz, Will Kennedy is a close second for mine. Kennedy was right up there. So probably Kennedy and Terrell May, probably the two best players on field, but Tigers win a tight one. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up the review. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Tuesday for the Magic Round tips. If I do it tomorrow night, I'll let you guys know, but most likely will be Tuesday for the Magic Round tips. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.